What's up, peeps? We're back. As always, I'm your host, Lee Bentz, and thank you so much for joining us on the AEW Insider. This is the Movies and More edition. As of last week, I started once a week a movie edition. I do call it Movies and More because I'm going to tell you about the newest movie, a review of a movie, the trailers, what have you, movie news, yada yada, plus video games, toys, everything. So, I'm going to cover everything on this. So definitely, if you like, subscribe, share, what have you. If you like our wrestling and you like this stuff too, which you should, or you don't like wrestling and you like this, please show a brother love. All right, let's get into this weekend's box office. Now, I'm not going to do the whole top 10 again because I dragged a little bit on last time, but I will do the top 5 every week. And then if some new movies or a big movie fell below top 5, I will talk about it like this. So, number 1 for the second week in a row was Fast and the Furious, Hobbs and Shaw. I did a movie review about it last week. Definitely check out that video. I liked it a lot. That movie was awesome. So it held on to the number 1 spot for the second week in a row. Number 2, the debut of the horror movie Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. That came in number 2 with 20 million, which isn't that bad. I don't think the budget was that big. It'll make its money back and hopefully a sequel. I actually started to watch it 2 nights ago, but I got tired, so I paused it. I got to get some time to watch it again. I've been really, really busy, which you know if you subscribe to this channel and the podcast, AEW Insider. But I will let you know next week what I thought of it. So far, it's okay. It's nothing really, blow my mind or impressive or anything like that. It takes place in like 68 or they're like 70, I think 1968, which was surprising because I couldn't tell that from the trailer. I don't like old war movies unless they're done really good or period pieces back in the colonial days, what have you. But horror movies set in like the 70s, 80s are cool because just the atmosphere is a lot scarier and cooler. So the atmosphere is pretty good. The story didn't wow me so far. I think I'm about 35, 45 minutes into it, and stuff just started happening. So I'll let you know next week what I think about it. Number 3 was Walt Disney's The Lion King. It's still holding strong in the 3 spot. That's crazy. That made a flat 20 million. Number 4, we do have the debut of Dora and the Lost City of Gold. That's a Dora the Explorer live action film. Number 5, rounding it out, is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And I do have a review for that movie a little bit later in the show. Let me see. Number 6 was The Art of Racing. That's new, just throwing it out there. But surprising to me, number 7 was the movie called The Kitchen. Now, that's based off a graphic novel, and it stars Melissa McCarthy, what have you. When I see the trailer, I think it looks fucking awesome. And when I get some time, I want to watch it. And I bet you it's an awesome movie, too. But for some reason, it got mixed in. It should have been in the fall, or not award season, but the fall, or January, February. I think it would have did really good. But coming out in the end of the summer against juggernauts like Hobbs and Shaw and The Lion King, what have you, it just fell between the cracks. So unfortunately, I was sorry to hear that. That made a little bit over 5 million. All right, now we're going to get into trailers. These are new trailers that came out. I'm the bomb critic. I don't care what anybody says. I love movies. I eat, breathe, and sleep that, and wrestling, and life, what have you. But if you want to know a good movie, definitely take my advice. So tons of trailers come out every day, all day, every week. This is my job, just to bring you the best that came out this week, that I think anyway. All right, and a big surprise to me, it debuted today actually. Eddie Murphy dropped a new trailer, and it's based on a famous black film, but not even that, about the person who made it. If you're a fan of black films or cinema back in the 60s and 70s, there was a character named Dodo Mite. It was Rudy Ray Moore who played him. So Netflix, if you don't know, paid Eddie Murphy like $70 million. For years, nobody could get Eddie Murphy off the couch. You couldn't get him to do a movie. You couldn't get him to do definitely stand-up, what have you. Netflix threw $70 million at him. They got a deal now for movies, new stand-up acts, access to Raw and Delirious, his old content. So Eddie Murphy's back. And this one, he does play, it's it's a documentary film. It's about the comedian Rudy Ray Moore, who was hilarious. If you don't know who he is, go check him out. And one of the characters he created and played, which was Dodo Mite. And Dodo Mite back in the 70s for the brothers and sisters was all that. So, the movie's great. It's got Arsenio Hall in it. Arsenio isn't in this one. It's got actually Wesley Snipes Snipes in it, the guy from Keenan and Peele, a bunch of them. So check it out. It looks really, really good. What else is I going to say? And then we also know that Eddie Murphy's doing Coming to America Part 2, which is awesome. Arsenio, him, and pretty much all the original cast are back, except maybe a few that are missing, and plus new additions like King Hakim's daughter, all that. So definitely check out, it's Dodomite on Netflix, Eddie Murphy's new movie, and check out Coming to America 2 when it comes out. All right, now the movie I told you about last week, it's called The Hunt. I told you on my Facebook, and I apologize because I kept saying Facebook, YouTube. I actually posted the trailer last week, and Facebook banned me for 24 hours. I couldn't comment or share. It was nuts. Well, the movie The Hunt was actually pulled by the movie studio. Like I told you, it's a movie like Hostel and Surviving the Game mix, where rich people pay the hunt people for sport. Little did I know that the people they're paying to hunt, supposedly, and I guess it's got to be true now that this happened, is that they are Donald Trump supporters. So when Trump heard this movie and all that, he got very, very mad. He said that the people who made this movie like wanted to incite a riot and hurt people or something like that. So once the president spoke on it, they actually canceled it flat out, which is crazy. So I don't think it's dead and gone, though. It's not going to have a big wide release, but hopefully a couple months after this dies down, they're going to release it on video on demand. Remember that movie with James Franco and Seth Rogen, The Interview, when they're interviewers and they get paid or hired to assassinate Kim Jong-un during an interview? Kim Jong-un opened his mouth, they pulled it from the theaters. A little bit later, on demand everywhere, made tons of money. I hope the same thing happens with The Hunt. So we can't watch it right now, but we will in the future. And it's just crazy what this movie's doing. I was even affected by it. I got banned from 24 hours from Facebook. Never mind this. All right. A trailer dropped for a new Nicolas Cage movie. Now, before all you guys sigh and you are like, oh, Nicolas Cage, this movie legit looks kicked ass. It's called Running with the Devil. It's about a drug making, trafficking, running, what have you. It shows it from different points of view, from when the drugs are made, we'll say in Colombia, to the people who transport it, to the businessman in America who's trying to get it in, blah, 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 all the way to the streets. So I'm telling you, it looks frigging awesome. And the cast is crazy. The cast has Nicolas Cage, Lawrence Fishburne, Barry Pepper, Dazed and Confused star Cole Hauser, Peter Fanicelli, and Adam Goldberg. I'm telling you, you got to check out the trailer for, Running with the Devil. All these, I'm going to tell you about these movies. If you think they sound good, trust me, they are. If I'm talking about them, just go on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, open another YouTube box, put in the name of the trailer, and check it out. Or once I actually find out how to put the links in the video, I will do that. I'm just starting this, so please bear with me. But the first movie to definitely check out is the trailer for Running with the Devil. All right, another amazing looking movie coming out is called American Dreamer. This one stars Jim Gaffigan. Now, the premise looks amazing. It's about a father. He's older, probably pushing like 50 years old. It looks like he fell on hard times. He can't see his son for some reason, or when he does want to see his son, his special visitings, what have you, he has to pay his child support. So it shows him actually go to his house to see his son. There's a cop there, the mother and the son on the porch. He's like, what are you telling me? I can't see my son, blah, blah, blah. The cop grabs him, puts him in a cop car, what have you, and he mentions about something about visits and $200 a month for child support. So this guy's looking to do anything he can do to make a dime. He becomes a driver somehow. I don't know if he posts online that he's willing to drive, or maybe it's for an Uber, what have you, but actually the client he gets is a drug dealer. This drug dealer's no joke. So that day he actually takes this drug dealer all over town while the drug dealer collects his money, makes deals, what have you. And while he's doing that, he sees how much money this guy's making. So the drug dealer's like pretty much take me where I gotta go, keep your mouth shut, and at the end of the day, you'll get 200. He gets like 200 a day, I guess. So this guy does it. I don't know if the pressure from having this kid, money, or the greed gets him. When he's taking a drug dealer on his travel, he sees a drug dealer goes to his baby's mother's house. I don't know if it's his girl or his baby's mother. He gives her money for his son or his daughter. He has a kid. So this guy gets in his head to go and kidnap the baby's mother, hold them for ransom for $20,000 so this drug dealer pays him. So the guy goes to break into his house, and this is all in the trailer. This is what I see, so definitely check it out. The guy goes and breaks into his house. I don't see the woman around at all, but I do see the baby, and he actually kidnaps the fucking baby. Calls the drug dealer, but it looks like he actually tries putting the kidnapping on somebody else, one of the people, maybe the drug dealer's people, or an enemy he's seen him mess with during the day. But it looks insane. You're not going to know what's going to happen to the end. Is the drug dealer going to find out it's him? What happens to the fucking baby? Is this dad going to be alive to see his kid? It looks fucking amazing. So check out the trailer for American Dreamer. And my thing fell. That's my Breaking Bad blue candy, you know what I mean? Well, blue, yeah, we'll call it candy, but the thing fell down. That thing's awesome. All right, now the next trailer looks amazing. It actually is in a serious role. It does have Stifler from American Pie. If you remember Stifler, he was the one, Stifler's mom. They wanted to bang his mom, whatever. He was always the rude, crude, and crass one. Hollywood actually banned him, shunned him for years, so he couldn't actually do movies. They didn't want to hire him. They gave him a chance, I guess. He's back, and it looks like one hell of a way to come back. The name of the movie is called Bloodline. Now, to me, it kind of looks like the TV show Dexter. What Stifler is, Sean William Scott, is a social worker. So he works with kids directly. He sees them and hears all their horror stories, that their parents beat them, raped them, abused them, what have you. So I guess he can't take the stories. He doesn't like what he hears. So at nighttime, he goes and meets the parents. Not meets them, but acts like he runs into them, drugs them, kidnaps them, beats them up, whatever, and has them in a room, not all plastic, but in a room where he's going to kill them. So even though he is a social worker, he's a vigilante killer by night, and you can see the cops start sniffing around, thinking it's him, blah, 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 what have you, but it looks fucking awesome. So definitely check out the trailer for Bloodline. Another amazing trailer I seen with another star-studded cast. It's called A Million Little Pieces. It's based on a famous novel. Now, I love movies. I mean, obviously I do. If not, I wouldn't be wasting my time doing this. But I love when a movie can afford an amazing cast, or the cast will actually take a cut and pay to be in an amazing film, and not like some big budget Hollywood crap movie when they're just throwing money at them and the actors are taking it. Like, this movie looks like amazing source material, and the cast is amazing. You can tell some of them took it just because they wanted to be in it. It stars Aaron Tyler Johnson of the movie Savages. If you've never seen Savages or read the book, you have to. Savages, the movie, is such an underrated kick-ass film. You got to see it. And he was also in Avengers Age of Ultron. What was I going to say? It's about a guy with deep mental issues. About the people who help him, his family, the people in the mental institute with him, and it just looks amazing. You got to watch the trailer for, the movie A Million Little Pieces. It also stars Billy Bob Thornton, Giovanni Ribisi, Juliette Lewis, and Charlie Hunnam for Sons of Anarchy. I keep lifting my lips. My lips get really, really dry. I want them to look all white. They look like Tyrone Biggins up in here. All right. Here we go. And finally, there's one more trailer. It's a horror movie. It is called Haunt, like haunting, haunt. It's right up our alleys because we love horror. It's actually from the writers of the people who wrote that horror movie, A Quiet Place. And it's produced by modern horror legend, director Eli Roth, who made Cabin Fever, Green Inferno, Hostel, what have you. It looks pretty crazy. The premise is, on Halloween, a group of friends encounter an extreme haunted house that promises to feed on their darkest fear. The night turns deadly as they come to the horrifying realization that some of their nightmares are real. So it is like these people just go to this haunted house. I would never do it. It looks like they just found it on the road. I don't know if they heard about it online. But when they get there, it's completely closed down. These people are masked like, oh, okay, hey, let us open this up for you. And they go through it. But it looks pretty fucking dope. Eli Roth is the man. Quiet Place I didn't like that much, but it's definitely worth a check out. So check out the trailer for the movie The Haunt. All right, now let's get to the review for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Quentin Tarantino's, I think, 9th film, I'm pretty sure. I'm a Tarantino fan, always have been, but it's a hit or miss with people. Some people I talk to, like The Hateful Eight, for example. Love The Hateful Eight. It came out, a co-worker at work, and other people swear it's the worst film ever made. So Quentin Tarantino, when you go into it, you have to know what you're going into. It's going to be dialogue heavy, and hopefully there's a good payoff. So Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I thought was good. I didn't think it was his best movie. I didn't think it was his worst at all. It's almost 3 hours long, I believe. The cast is amazing, which you know, Leonardo DiCaprio. People keep saying he should win an Academy Award for this. I don't think so. I think he should have won it for Django and other movies, to be honest. But he's in it. Brad Pitt's in it. Excuse me. I can't even believe her name is slipping my mind, which is insane. The girl who plays Harley Quinn, everybody and their mother's in it. Luke Perry from 90210, it's his last film, what have you. Margot Robbie is the woman's name. But it's about a guy who's an actor and his stuntman. And the actor's kind of getting down on his luck. He used to be a part of a famous Western TV show because it does take place in the 70s. But that fell apart, and now he's in movies, but he's really fading out, and people let him know that. So if his career keeps going the way it's going, he's going to have to like go do foreign Westerns. And foreign like French Westerns or whatever, or Chinese Westerns are horrible. He doesn't want to do that. So he has his stuntman with him, but come to find out his stuntman really hasn't worked in months. The main star of the film, Leonardo DiCaprio, he has his driver's license taken away because he's a big alcoholic. And he can't drive. So his stuntman's pretty much his BFF and his personal chauffeur. And he watches his house when he goes away, what have you. They do run into, the stuntman runs into some young chicks, what have you, a couple times. The last time he gives her a ride, and he does end up on Spawn Ranch. So I'm not going to ruin it all for you, but that's where the whole Charles Manson with this Spawn Ranch thing comes into play. So the movie was pretty good. I liked it. The ending was friggin' awesome. Everybody's already talking about it, so it's not ruined. It's very gory. It was so gory they want Tarantino to make his own horror film, yada yada, what have you. It didn't go down like I expected because Shannon Tate's in it, the Mansons is in it, that murder, blah blah blah. It definitely didn't go down like I expected, but it definitely leads up. Like, I don't want to ruin too much, but it's good. But of course, if you just want movie that get to the point and you don't want to listen to it and actually see characters build on screen and a great writer give them time to do so, then it's not going to be for you. But if you go into it and you like Tarantino, or you like a dialogue film when you actually interested in the characters and you want to know their background, what have you, the movie's for you. So I'm just saying, out of 10 stars, I give it a 7.5. It's not bad, but it's not amazing either. It's definitely worth a try though. So check out Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. All right, I had this. I was going to do a lot of news and all that. I'm not going to skip it about the Teen's Choice Awards. It was just that they had the all-time lowest rating ever. And next year they got Taylor Swift as a host. I said they must really want to cancel, blah, blah, blah. Video games, and then we'll wrap this show up. There is an awesome game coming out on August 30th, which I've been eyeing for a while. It's from the people who made Until Dawn, The Inpatient, Until Dawn, Rush of Blood. They're putting it under an umbrella. It's called The Dark Pictures. So The Dark Pictures is going to be a bunch of mini games, but they're not short. They're going to be good size and all that, but they're going to be part of an anthology, a series. So they have one set of games set here, another one put out set there, another one put out, but they're all under this Dark Pictures umbrella, and hopefully they're intertwined and lead to each other at the end. So if you played games before, like Before Dawn, Detroit City Human, Heavy Rain, what have you, it's a game with amazing graphics. It's like a movie, and it has an amazing story. So stuff happens on screen and all that, but you get to interact, and your choices determine what happens. It can save your life. It can kill you. It can kill somebody else, what have you. So this one, 5 friends get invited to the South Pacific to go scuba diving. So some World War II ship is buried there, and they think there's treasure. I don't know how the hell that comes up or whatever. I wouldn't go if I got the invite, yada yada. But they get to this island, and of course bad shit starts happening. So they start getting killed off, or they live. Normally, like Before Dawn and all that, it's only one player, so you get to play what have you. This one I'm hoping is one player because that's what I like to do. But I know it's anywhere from 2 to 5 players. So you could be playing 2 people at your house, being 2 characters, your buddies at his house and your buddies at his house. You got 4 guys, or all 5 of your friends could be at your house playing, or all you guys, could be separated playing. But you're all playing as one of these characters, what have you, and your decisions of what you do depends if you guys are going to live or you guys are going to die. You can all live, you can all die, some can live, some can die. So August 30th, I'm definitely picking it up because I love Before Dawn and all those other type of games. It looks fucking awesome. So definitely check out Men of Medan. All right, folks. Well, I told you I'd be back, man. I've been putting out podcast shows, all that shit like crazy. I will have a new podcast in a couple of days, probably Thursday, Friday night. After that, before Sunday, we will have a new wrestling YouTube show. And then Monday again, we'll have a movies and more show, which we'll discuss all that. So definitely, please like, share, subscribe, spread the word, show some love. If you ever want to co-host, you live in the area. If you ever want to do the podcast with me, you don't have to live in the area. If you know of any big events coming out, what have you, definitely hit me up. We also still, I got to edit the high intensity 8 video. I still got that to do. That was amazing. Friday night. Let me see. All right, yeah, just definitely check us all out. Remember, it's the AEW Insider. It's AEW Insider 1 on Twitter and AEW Insider on Facebook and YouTube. Show us some love. Like, share, subscribe, hit us up. All right, peeps, I'll be back a couple days with the podcast, and I'll be back at the end of the week with a new 2 video for you, 2 of them. All right, as always, I'm your host, Lee Benz, and thank you for joining us on the AEW Insider.